farmer, friend, singer-songwriter, Lyal Strickland.
And that's farmer, friend, and jack of all trades, Chris Horn.
And we're those Tastebudguys.
Hey guys, welcome back to Join Us One More Time. I'm Chris, that's Lyal. This is the second time I've said that for this episode because the battery died. Anyhow, we're those Tastebudguys.
It's not Sony's fault.
It's not Sony's fault.
It's my fault.
Yeah, they should make better batteries.
We complained about Sony for so long.
I mean, some of it's deserved.
It was better than the Blackmagic cameras we had.
Those specific cameras,
Those
yes.
specific
Yeah.
Blackmagic cameras.
Yeah, we're not saying Sony's better. It's like that. Anyways, we're those Tastebudguys. It's your first time you ever joined us? Thank you. If it's not, then hey, glad we're back. It's pretty much, we enjoy that. That helps us a lot. Like always, go check our friends over at Hochtown. Check them out, give them a little something, and let us know what you think about them. Do all the YouTube things and like buttons and all that helps with the algorithm. And if you really, really want to help us, there's a Venmo up in the corner. Since we're not doing Patreon really right now, that would be a good way to contribute if you want to help us keep purchasing things. Which
buy us a beer.
We need to do that pretty quick. We're running, I know it looks like we got a lot, but we're running out of things to record.
Yeah.
So little help would go a long ways.
Buy us a beer, throw us $5.
And then the last thing I want to say before we get drinking is we still haven't hit that free shirt yet as of this episode, recording it. I know there's a lot to be released here, so we might hit it, but it's not a very big number, I will say. We don't really sell a lot of shirts, which is why I'm trying to get everybody to go out and buy a shirt. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to get too specific. We'll just say it's under 50.
Under 50.
I'm not going to say how much under 50. And guys, go out there. It's the right person hits that number. I've got it written down on the ceiling right above me, and we'll send you a free one for that number.
We are working
Lottery
on our last bottle as of today. We still might go buy some new Hendrick's bottles. But the Hendrick's series that we have on the shelves.
Oh, it's the last one. I can have a little more.
And this is the Hendrick's Orbium. This has hints of absinthe, wormwood, right?
Wormwood. So yeah, wormwood, quinine, and what's the first thing? I keep never remember what it is.
Lotus blossom.
Lotus blossom.
Yeah.
There's one thing I will.
So is it the wormwood that makes absinthe have that flavor? I thought wormwood was just what gave absinthe.
So most all the bottles is black, or this one's black, I think. Brown. You can kind of see through them. This is the only bottle that I've seen that is actually blue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I hope you can.
Cobalt.
Which kind of interesting, different. How do you turn it off, Lo?
He got a new iPhone.
No, I got an iPhone. That's the problem.
Is it wormwood that gives absinthe the flavor? Well, I thought it was just that the wormwood gave absinthe the hallucinogenic qualities.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
So when it says it has wormwood,
it's not enough to matter, but they did highlight quinine quite a bit.
Yeah, and wormwood. I was just curious, like what flavor profile wormwood is adding to this.
I don't know, but I can tell you, extensively drinking this a lot, there's not enough in it to make me hallucinate anything.
Oh yeah.
So
no, I was just thinking flavor profile because it does have that kind of absinthe qualities to it.
Absinthe. There's a new word for y'all.
Slightly, although I
See if your phone autocorrects that one.
I also struggle to separate this from our favorite cocktail, which was at the now defunct Hepburn in Springfield, Missouri, the Orbium Reviver. Yeah.
So
It's like a take on a corpse reviver, right?
yeah, I'll get into that one here in a minute. Let's keep the people from yelling at us for going too long before we get into our review-ish of it. But
So we'll
talk about that.
There's a sweet note on the nose with that.
Way sweeter. It's really smooth. I mean, it's like a. Oh, you know what? I started to say it's like a sweeter tequila, but without the agave. It's like a Sotol, is what it is.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Or what's the other? Racia, where it's just got that real light bit of a sharp nose, but then there's a bit of a sweetness to it, and it's got this almost. almost fruit note in there, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think that's where that sweet quinine's coming in.
Oh, that's got a lot of high,
Right?
big flavors. I think it's a lot. Is these all? This one's got to have a higher alcohol. 43.4. 43.4. 43.4. And traditional is 44. It's the traditional one actually has the most alcohol by just a little bit. Okay, I would have guessed this one had a higher alcohol content by how
Punchy.
big.
Yeah.
It's the nicest on the nose, the easiest one, I think, and the most pleasant on the nose. It has by far got the biggest kick in the nuts to the flavor profile.
Yeah.
Really, a lot of high flavors that just hit way up in here, really get up in your sinus cavity. It's floral. I think that wormwood must be the flavor that this kind of got the top of my mouth numb.
Yeah.
A little bit of, kind of got this funky, I don't know how to explain that. I don't know.
Well, and it's kind of,
It's got a bubblegum nose to it.
yeah, and on the back end, it's like very floral, but minty floral.
Yeah.
It's big and punchy on the front, but the back end is pretty smooth, but not derelict in flavor.
Right, but the finish, the part that lingers when it's all said and done,
Yeah.
leaves you with this really incredibly dry note that almost, like I say, it almost feels like it's numb to the roof of my mouth and tongue. And I think that's the wormwood part, but I could be wrong. I'm not that familiar with wormwood. And it leaves you really wanting another drink. This is like the IPAs of gin.
Yeah.
It's really got this, it could be akin to hoppy without having the hoppy flavor, but the hoppy profile.
I could see that.
Where it's just got you wanting to have another drink after.
Now, you're sure that the numbness is not that we've tried all four of these one after another?
You know, that's numb of my face.
So let's talk about the Orbium Reviver real quick. That we love so much, and then I want to chat briefly about just sort of what your overall thoughts and what your favorites are on all four.
So the Reviver is a drink that some friends of ours made up, like Lyal said, at Hepburn's in Springfield, and it's a riff on the Corpse Reviver, which is made with absinthe, and which I've never actually had one, but that's what they told me. It was a riff on it, and basically it's a martini made with the Orbium gin. They rinse the glass with absinthe first, so it has a very, I don't like licorice, but it has that quality.
Yeah.
But it's such a nice afterthought that it works for.
I hate absinthe, and I like this cocktail.
Yeah, it's literally became one of my absolute favorite drinks
Just enough.
all time.
Yeah.
And then it's done. I think they traditionally do it with as a twist, so a little vermouth and twisted lemon, the flaming lemon put on. I've had them do it dirty as well, and then still twist a lemon on it. For me, that's personally my favorite way. The flaming lemon as well. For me, that is the perfect drink. I absolutely love everything about it. It's bitter. It's quenching. It's got a little bit of a pinky out feeling to it.
It's a Corpse Reviver in every fashion, with like substituting Orbium gin
I don't know what a
and
Corpse Reviver is.
in the absinthe spray. I don't know if Corpse Reviver has the absinthe in it, but
I think that's what the Corpse Reviver
it's a
most
riff
is
around it for sure. So you could probably recreate something similar at home, and we highly, highly recommend it.
I would play with this one.
Let's talk about this range of Hendrick's bottles, and we may still go get.
Oh, I think I will. I want to have all of them. Like I say, I've said it in every episode, there's at least two more that I know for sure that we don't have. One of which I've had that I don't actually like, but I would buy it. One, so we can do the review on it. Two, just so I have the complete set. We have the complete set. And then the other one, I don't know what that one is.
So I know this is going to be hard to rank like 1 through 4 because they all have different purposes. Can we briefly go through what you like about each one, and if there's one that you just like would not buy again?
I would buy all four of these.
Okay.
Hands down.
Okay.
This one is a constant. We keep it here. I keep it at my house.
That's the first bottle you have to buy.
I feel like if you haven't done that, you don't even know what we're talking about yet. So, and it's easy. I don't mean to say that as like some, you don't even know. That is a bottle that's found everywhere. You should be able to get that.
All of these bottles
no matter where you go.
are $30-$40, right? They're not like crazy.
This one is anywhere from 35 to 40. I want to say these pushed into the 40, 45. Well, they might have been 50. I don't know if they was quite 50. I know a couple of them. I found like 2 of them at one time, or maybe it's like I bought these 3 on a deal and then found one of the other ones later somewhere else.
We're not talking
a little bit cheaper.
We're not talking crazy.
$50 tops.
Yeah.
$50 tops. That being said, as you said, they're all kind of a little bit different. They all have a unique quality to them.
So what's the next bottle you would buy personally? Because I've changed my mind since the last
For me personally, because I liked the Orbium Reviver so much, I would go with this one. Because I want that one specific drink. That being said, if you don't make that drink, you don't like the martini or whatever, this would probably should be the last one you buy.
Okay.
To just be completely honest about it.
Fair.
Now, for me, it's my first one, but I think the reality of it is most people are not going to agree with that, and this is probably the one that is the farthest off of a traditional gin flavor and has the most oddities to it that would maybe make you not like it as much if you're looking for
what's your next go-to with that caveat?
Oh, man.
I know.
Gosh, I want to say for drinking straight, I really like the Neptuna because it's got that saltiness. I have utmost confidence that this would make a phenomenal drink as well, and I like how that salty finish is. However, I do think if I was going to recommend a second bottle to buy, it's actually this one. Believe it or not. And the reason being is because it has some nice, unique flavors. It's not too far off the profile. I think it would make a really super clean drink. And I think if I had to say somebody new to gin or somebody just wanted to try them all, I would buy them in this order. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I'm right there with you, except that I would swap. Orbium would be my last, because while I do love that cocktail.
That's what I just said.
I know, but you said for you it would be your
right. But if I'm going to recommend it, I'm going to say buy the traditional, this one, and this one. Yeah, Orbium should be your last one.
That's my recommendation. This, I would go original Neptuna Lunar Orbium for myself personally. Even though I love that cocktail, this Orbium still has such a pungent flavor to me that I don't think that I would enjoy it as much.
For me, it would. I actually might even drop this one off to last because I've had it so much, and I don't think that's the right call, but I think that's something that me personally, I might actually buy this one, then this one, because I've had this so terrible much. I'm curious though, what these two aside, what is it about these two that made us switch them? I mean, I'm saying this is the one you're saying.
I was so impressed with the Neptunia.
Or I guess my personal flavor was this one as well.
That briny finish was so strong that I had forgotten that it was that stellar. This is but I love those salty, bitter flavors. This is just a good, warm, well-rounded.
It's a hug.
Gin. Yeah,
it's a hug.
So yeah, I think
So what's your recommended purchase? Is 1, 2, 3, 4?
Same as you, yeah.
Okay.
1,
so we
2,
agree.
3, 4.
If you're trying, if you're doing it, do it in this order right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have our personal critiques about them, which change everything up just a little bit. But
all pretty stellar, and we will.
They're all good.
Having more because we love us some Hendrick's gin.
Gin in general.
I think we're getting ready to maybe have some James May gin.
I hope so. Yeah, I think we do have some gin that might change our tune. That I've never gotten. I think there's 4 bottles of them too.
So. Lucky us. Until next time.
Whether it be the gin you are trying,
the food you're eating,
clothes you're wearing,
or the people you're meeting, grab a buddy and try something new.